Today we're going to talk about a talented environment artist who uses Blender to create amazing pieces of artwork. He specializes in creating game environments and assets for video games, and he is very good at it. So keep watching if you want to learn new things and get inspired. He starts off saying, "Before I got hired by Massive, I had an internship at a smaller studio while I was still at school. So far I am having a blast at Massive. Working in a big team is very different, but it has a lot of benefits. For instance, when something goes wrong, there is an army of very skilled people to help you out, compared to working on my own in a very small studio where you have to fix a lot of these things yourself. In a bigger studio, you can really focus on the things you are hired for example, environment art, and I definitely feel I'm in the right place here." After winning the Artstation contest, I got a lot of emails from different studios that wanted to talk about a potential position. During the challenge, I saw many people from Massive participating, so their studio already got my attention. I wondered if they would email me too, and I was really happy when they did. As far as preparation goes, I enjoy working on my personal projects, so I got quite a few pieces on my portfolio that made me feel confident during the hiring process. Other than that, I read a lot of blog posts about game studio interviews to prepare myself. I made a list of questions I wanted to ask and prepare myself for questions I could expect. I think I got the job because I won the challenge and because I have a portfolio that reflects my passion for this craft. Besides that, I really tried to show my production process during the challenge so potential employers could see the way I work. Definitely. I really think I wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't pick up Blender. That sounds weird because a tool is just a tool, but using Blender, I have gotten a lot of opportunities. My work has improved and gotten faster, and it just clicked better. People also seem more interested in what you do when you don't use conventional tools, or tools that are industry standard. To me, Blender just felt more innovative. Plus, the open source side of Blender really speaks to me. I firmly believe that better products can be made if people from different backgrounds work together with the sole purpose of making the product better. Honestly, just for fun. I try to work on my personal projects on a daily basis, so why not participate in a challenge if I am already working on stuff? It also helps boost my presence in the community. Combine that with using Blender and Unity and people start talking about you and remember you. I did not really think I was going to win with the Artstation contest, since there were many great artists participating. Many of them are my colleagues now, which is still a bit surreal. As far as my strategy goes, it really just comes down to working on it every day. Even I was in it for fun, I have to admit that being in the top 5 liked submissions is a good feeling and puts you in the spotlight. I try to update my thread at least every other day to appear at the top again and people could see what I am working on. It helps me stay motivated, knowing that people are interacting with my work and perhaps even looking forward to my next post. Also, a big thing is to choose a submission that you think you can finish in the given time. Losing motivation or starting over is not something you want to do when you have a deadline. I try to be active within the 3D community. Being a member of various Facebook groups, Discord servers, and engaging with people through Artstation really helps you get your name out there. But the number one tip I can give on this is keep making art. Only by making art you can stay relevant. I look at my art as a brand. You gotta stay on top of it to keep the brand alive. Like in many artistic disciplines, always start with the big shapes. If your level layout, framing, topology, etc. is off, you cannot fix it with smaller things like pretty set dressings or nice bevels. I spend as long as I have to in this stage because when you get it right, everything else will be much easier. Working with big shapes and blocking out environments is not the most fun part of a project, but you are going to save yourself a lot of headaches down the line by working that way. I learned this the hard way, and even now I sometimes get lost in the details. I also think that this has a lot of things to do with planning and looking ahead in the production process, something you can learn by just doing it. So keep making art. If you are interested in learning more about creating characters and environments, I recommend you try Skillshare. Skillshare is a learning platform that has thousands of classes on a variety of different topics. And you can find a lot of classes about Blender that can help you do that step by step. For example, this class called Bring Your Illustrations to Life with Blender 3D, in which you will learn modeling and texturing a scene in 3D as a beginner. First, you will illustrate your scene with ease of modeling in mind. Then you will create an illustrated scene. After that, you will model, texture, and render out the scene. By the end of this course, you will have a full scene of your illustration in 3D. And the good thing is, it is very affordable, because you just need to pay less than $10 per month to get access to all these fantastic classes. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. I always try to UV map in Blender, but for models that are more complex I use 3D Code, which is absolutely amazing at UV mapping. The only downside of using another program is that you have to switch a lot when something goes wrong with your model. Most of the time I let Blender do the layout for the UV map, but if I want a specific layout, for instance for wood that is only in one direction, I do it manually. Once you get the hang of it, you will anticipate where you're gonna put the seams and you will get a lot faster. Recently, I have been enjoying lighting and level layout the most. Before that, I really enjoyed modeling and texturing. The thing I like about level layout and lighting is that you can really tell a story with it and bring the piece to life. I feel like the lighting and level layout is 60 to 70% of the end result. You can have masterly crafted models with top-notch texturing, but without good lighting and layout, it doesn't matter. That's why I try to really practice these skills in my own pieces. If you want to make games for a living, don't let the idea of talent hold you back. You see guys on Artstation that are trendy every time and working on the biggest titles. But you have to remember that to get to that level, they put in a lot of work to get there. I believe that talent is just a tiny fraction of someone's story. Try to look at their art and think to yourself, if they can do it, I can do it too. At least this is the way you are supposed to look at it. If I take my journey so far as an example, I started with 3D in February 2014 and I got my first AAA job 4 years later. If you are willing to work for it, everything is possible. I hope you found this interview useful and informative. If you have something to add, you can leave it in the comment section below. Also, you can check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much and I'll see you in the next one.